Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whatever it is for you. What we're going to look at here is a little lesson on something that's known as decimal rounding. So sometimes you might have an answer as a result of a calculation that can have 1, 2, 3 or more digits after the decimal point. So a few examples here. 1 divided by 2. We could actually write that as 1 over 2, but we're not going. We're going to stay in the kind of the decimal zone here. So that would give me something like 0.5. And another one, 1 divided by 4. What's it going to be? Do we need a calculator? I don't think so. 0.25. And finally, our third one here, 1 divided by 8. Oh, might need a calculator. Anyway, let's go for it. 0.125. So we had 1, 2, 3 decimal places coming out there. That was fine. And we had nothing after, with no more digits after them. I.e. there was a fixed number. 1, 2, 3 in each of the examples. So what about this one here? 1 divided by 3. Yes, we could write it as a third, but we're in the decimal zone, as we were saying here. So that looks as if it's going to give us 0.333333. Oh. And this answer here looks like it would go on forever. But on your calculator, you've only got so many spaces. So it's going to stop after 7, 8, 9 decimal places. It just depends on your calculator. That's my calculator there. That's lovely. Got that for my birthday. Thank you very much. Right. So, but sometimes you only need a certain number of decimal places. It just depends on the situation that you're in. Yeah. Depends if you're measuring something like in kilograms. You might only need it to 2 or 3 decimal places. 3 decimal places in kilograms would actually give you equivalent of grams. So they might want you to do something like that. Dealing with money, and money, it's so many pounds and so many pence. But if you're dealing in the pound zone, you might see something like 2.99, i.e. 2.99. You would never see anything like 2.993, because the 2 decimals after the point usually indicate a number of pennies, cents, or whatever it is that you're dealing with. So that means your calculator, it'll just give you a numerical answer. It does not know what you're doing, what the story or context around it is. So you're going to have to get rid of maybe some digits. So you're going to have to make your mind up, make a big grown-up decision here. So we're going to need some rules for rounding. So like it says, decimal rounding rules. So I'm just going to show you some decimal numbers there, just to give you an indication what we're talking about. So this number here, we're saying, I can see 4 digits, but it's a decimal point here I'm interested in, and the digits to the right. So the digits to the right, 912. I've got 3 numbers, so right, so that's expressed to 3 decimal places, we would say. This number here, we're saying we've got 5 to the right of the decimal, 91234. So this number is expressed to 5 decimal places. Here, 7, oh, we're pushing it here. 7 decimal places, so 9123415. So that number is expressed to 7 decimal places. Right. But we might only need 1, 2, or 3 digits for, like I said earlier, what's the context, what's the story? Are we dealing with kilograms? Are we dealing with money? Whatever it is. So you'll make up your mind, then you'll get rid of some at the end. Right, with the counting system that we use, well in Scotland, UK, even across the majority of countries in the world, but since I'm based in Scotland, I'm going for the 10 digits that we actually use. So these are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hopefully everybody's aware of them. So these are single digits, 10 single digits. So any time you would press a single digit on the calculator, it would fill up one slot, one window. Right, so we might as well go in for a little example here. So I've got this number, 7.43716. I want to round it to 3 decimal places. So forget about the 7 in front of the decimal to the left of it. We're only interested in the numbers to the right of the decimal point. So 43716, so that looks like I've got 5 decimal places there. So we're interested in only 3, so 3 places to the right of that decimal point. So that's what we're going to identify that number of interest. So it looks like, if I'm counting, so 437, it looks like the 7 is in that third decimal place. So I'm wanting to keep a number in there. Right, so, but what we're going to do, that number here stays the same or goes up, it increases. So we'll look to the right of that number here, and we'll see a digit. That digit there, a number, whatever you like to call it, it'll make our mind up about what to do with the 7, or the highlighted number here. So the number to the right, it'll be in one of the following categories. So the top line there, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. If the digit is in one in this group, what we'll do to the highlighted number is we won't change it at all. And then we'll get rid of all numbers to the right of the highlighted digit. If, however, it belongs to this group, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, then we'll add 1 to the highlighted digit and get rid of all the numbers to the right. So for us here, just come back to the example, look to the right, that is a 1. So what that 1 means, we're going to leave the 7 alone because the 1 is in the first group. So once we've done that, we'll leave the 7 alone and get rid of all the digits to the right. Okay? And just to clean it up a wee bit here, we'll get rid of that highlighted part. So that's our final answer. And it has been rounded to 3 decimal places. Sometimes at the extreme right, they put it in a wee bracket, say 3dp, like 3 decimal places. Right, let's go for another one. 18.2385, and they're saying 2 decimal places. So if we count from the decimal point and we go right, so 2, 3, right? So the 3 looks as if it's in the position of interest. We want to keep a number in there. So I'm going to look to the right of that. And that's the number it makes up our mind. So that 8 there, it's in the second group of 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that means we're going to add 1 to the highlighted digit, i.e. the 3. So that 3 goes up to a 4, and anything to the right, you're just going to get rid of those digits. Okay? And just clean it up. So that's my answer there, 18.24 to 2 decimal places. Right, we're going to go for another example here. 5.41562, that's in 3 decimal places. So let's start counting to the right. So it's 4, 1, 5. 5, it seems to be in the third decimal position here. So if I just highlight that and again look to the right, that 6 is going to be in one of the groups, either 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It belongs to that second group there. So that the rules tell you you're going to add 1 to that 5. So that's what I've done there. That 5 goes up to 6, and anything to the right, we just get rid of it, and then we just clean it up. Okay, so that's my answer to 3 decimal places. Okay, another one, 4 decimal places. Again, just speed up a wee bit. 0.0568. Looks like the 8's in the position. Look to the right. So we've done that. The 2 is going to make up our mind what to do with the 8. The 2 is in the second group. So here, it tells us to leave the 8 alone, and we just tidied it up. I know I said I'm speeding it up here, but these little videos, you can always freeze them, just like you would do on YouTube, or when you're watching a movie, and rewind, and watch it again. Okay, just so that we can all take it on board, just in case you get distractions around you. So here, I've just given you a little exercise. There's only 4 questions, I've just decided to keep them all to 3 decimal places. But in various exercises that you'll get, and you will get exercises from me or whoever your lecturer is, and they will chop and change how many decimal places you want. And later on, when you're using rounding in other topics or other subjects, it'll be up to you to make up your mind how many decimal places you want. It's just something, it makes common sense in the context of whatever the story is. So what, if you're frozen that there, I've given you, give you a few minutes on it. I'm not going to freeze it. I'll just continue, okay? Because you're not seeing this live, right? And then I'll just put down the answers. Hopefully, if you follow the rules, you've got those 4 answers there. I'm not going to go through every one of these, because that's why we had the examples at the front, to enable you to tackle these. So hopefully, we got these. Okay, let's move on. Okay, 4 decimal places. Right, another one. Maybe I'm giving you this one for a reason. So what I would like you to do here is just pause the video and just have a go at it. Right, so have you unpaused it? Right, let's have a wee look. 4 decimal places. Let me count from the decimal. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It looks like I'm looking at the second 0, which is in front of the 3. So that 3 tells me to leave that 0 alone. So that is my answer there, 9.5600. Well, wait a minute. Oh, some people are saying, oh no, I get a different answer. Did you get that? Or maybe actually thinking you might actually get 9.560. Whatever. But usually I see something like that, people will get rid of the zeros at the end. Because they think, well, 9.56 is actually the same numerically as 9.5600. You're actually quite correct. They are the same numerically. If you were to weigh something, they would be the same. These answers here, they would be the same. But that wasn't the question here. Top answers get 2 decimal places. Second answers get 4 decimal places. You need to answer the question that's actually been asked here. And the question that was being asked was round that number to 4 decimal places. So, like it's saying, 4 decimal places, not 2 decimal places. So that here is the correct answer. Okay? Okay, down to 2 decimal places. I'd like you to pause that there. And then we'll see what happens with this one. There's always wee problems. We always throw them in usually towards the end. So we'll be highlighting the 9 there because it's in the 6th decimal position there, and we'd look at the 7. So that 7 tells you, can you add 1 to the 9? Because the 7 is in the second group. Right. But if we added 1 to the 9, it would become 10. And in each of these positions, we can only fit 2 digits, so we've got a problem here. Whatever you get a problem, we'll get around it. Usually for this, there's usually a solution. Right. So here, like I'm saying, there's only 1 digit here, so what we're actually going to do is we're going to let 9 become a 0, which is actually lower. So if I let it become a 0, what happens next to compensate? Actually, I need to go to the left of the 0 and add 1 to that number to actually make it go up to 40. So just to convince you, right, so it looks like I'm going between 30 and 40. So if you just consider the first 2 positions, 3, 9, would you think that 3, 9 is closer to 30 or 40? That's like saying it's 39 closer to 30 or 40. So for me, I think it's closer to 40. So 9, it always gives you a wee problem. If you let it, but you're showing the solution there, so we can get around it. So that is my answer to 2 decimal places, and hopefully it will be your answer in the future. So that is, like I'm saying, that is the final answer. So folks, I'm going to leave it there. So if this is the first time you've seen that, like I say, just go back, have a little look, and try the exercises that have been provided. If you've not got them yet, then we'll email them out to you. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to finish up there, and I hope that was okay. Hope that wasn't too long. Okay, folks, I'll see you whenever. Bye.